Doppler 11 radar showing widespread rain with pockets of heavier rain pushing through right now, and that rain will be staying steady throughout the afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lash. We want to get right now to meteorologist Danielle Dozier tracking all of this rain in Severe Weather Center 11.
Yeah, it's been coming down today. We've already picked up more than 3/10 inches of rain in Pittsburgh, and what a Monday it is with a live look outside. It is 49 degrees right now, a little bit of a wind chill. The winds will begin to pick up throughout the afternoon. We'll talk more about that in a second. If you're out and about today, you'll need the umbrella, not just for right now, but also throughout the rest of the afternoon as we do track this steady rain. Here's Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar, and you can see everywhere where we have that yellow color is where we're detecting that moderate rain up in northern Armstrong County, parts of Indiana County as well. Zooming in here, and you can see where that rain is the heaviest, just east and north of the Katanning area. We also have some pockets of more moderate rain that have been pushing through Allegheny County just a few moments ago, moving through the McCandless area, pushing out toward the northeast with that rain still coming down here in downtown Pittsburgh. We'll have a look at what the rest of your afternoon will look like, plus how much rain we're expected to see, all coming up.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Police say a kidnapping led them to this convenience store in Franklin Park. The victim is okay, and Channel 11's Mike Holden learned police have been questioning someone in this case. He joins us live at Allegheny County Police Headquarters with new information. Mike?
Gordon, we have confirmed over the last 2.5 hours that scene actually cleared, so we came back out here to Allegheny County Police Headquarters. We know at this point police are talking with everyone involved in this case. They are fully cooperating, and county is now working with Franklin Park Police to try to figure out the next step in this process. I want to take you back to that initial scene, though. We first started getting reports of this incident around 4 this morning. Channel 11 followed Ohio Township Police in the Sheetz parking lot along Mount Nebo Road. They spent hours stationed near the silver pickup truck with the trailer attached. County police say the alleged kidnapping involves an adult woman. They report she is safe and not hurt. Detectives are currently interviewing her as well as other parties about what exactly played out overnight. At this point, no criminal charges have been filed in this alleged kidnapping. Now, out here live, we're going to continue to check in with Allegheny County Police throughout the course of this day. My colleague Renee Wallace will be following up with police and checking in with her sources. So look for the latest live developments for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting live from Allegheny County Police Headquarters, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
All right, thanks, Mike. We're keeping a close watch at a downtown courtroom where a former McDonald's worker is facing a judge. Bernice Davis faces the most serious charges in connection with a fight at the McDonald's near the Wood Street T-Stop. This is video of that fight last month outside the restaurant. The video shows a man being hit in the back of the head when he went to help his girlfriend who was knocked to the ground. The man has to have spinal surgery and was paralyzed. A total of 5 people have been charged with this case. The other suspects are set to face a judge next month. A Channel 11 crew is at the courthouse. Look for any new details in this case tonight starting at 5 on Channel 11 News. The House Judiciary Committee is holding another hearing. This is a live look from Capitol Hill. That hearing just getting back from recess. Democrats are laying out their case for impeaching President Donald Trump. You've been watching it play out all morning in a special report. It's the next phase of a fast-moving process that could lead to a vote on the impeachment of the president before Christmas. NBC's Susan McGinnis has the latest.
Republicans and Democrats clashing at today's public impeachment hearing as the House Judiciary Committee formally receives evidence against President Trump.
The President of the United States has put himself before his country. He has violated his most basic responsibilities to the people. He has broken his oath.
They can't get over the fact Donald Trump is president.
Return the result of an election with unelected people giving.
Gentlemen will suspend.
Attorneys for both sides presenting what amounts to their closing arguments following months of investigations into the president's actions.
And the scheme by President Trump was so brazen, so clear.
Democrats claim the president violated his oath of office when he tried to strong-arm Ukraine into announcing investigations into Joe Biden, withheld military aid to Ukraine to coerce the investigations, and blocked Congress from investigating. Republicans continue to call the process illegitimate, the impeachment baseless.
To impeach a president who 63 million people voted for over 8 lines in a call transcript is baloney.
How many articles of impeachment Democrats would present still unknown, but likely charges include abuse of power, bribery, obstruction of Congress.
The integrity of our next election is at stake. Nothing could be more urgent.
Today's hearings leading into days of debates expected to end in a committee vote that will force lawmakers to decide whether to impeach a president for only the third time in American history. A vote on impeachment by the full House could come by the end of next week. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
Investigators are looking for the cause of a house fire in Washington County. Firefighters were called to Charles Street in Cecil Township late last night. The person who lives here came home and found the place on fire. 2 cats were killed. One person was taken into custody after a crash in the Hill District. We saw police searching this Jeep on Cliff Street at around 3 this morning. You could see the airbags were deployed and there's some damage to the side of the vehicle. Few details have been released, but again, we do know one person was taken into custody. A Southside church, $1 million in debt, will soon close its doors for good. Parishioners of St. Peter's got the news yesterday during Mass. The Catholic Diocese released a statement saying Bishop David Zubik signed the decree to close St. Peter's, citing ongoing repairs and general upkeep as being too costly for the church.
Communities get older, attendance becomes less, resources become more scarce, and then those resources end up being put towards basically maintenance.
The last Sunday Mass will be held on January 12th. All sacred objects will be removed from the church and the building will be sold or rented. A volcanic island in New Zealand erupts while dozens of tourists were exploring the island, killing at least 5 people and leaving many more missing. People are questioning why tourists were still able to visit the island after scientists recently noted an uptick in volcanic activity. NBC's Kelly Kobayea has the latest developing details.
This tour boat was pulling away when the White Island volcano exploded to life with a massive plume of smoke and ash. American Michael Shade captured it all on his phone. He and his family had just finished their tour.
It went from nothing going on to it erupting. We looked back and we just saw this plume of smoke coming up from the volcano.
On shore, a helicopter grounded, covered in ash, and tourists stranded. Shade's tour boat turned around to help with the rescue.
There were some people that were screaming for help and looking for reassurance. It was hard to stop crying long enough to take the photo.
Webcams set up to monitor the volcano show people, just tiny specks, walking near the rim inside the crater at 2 p.m. 11 minutes later, it erupted, the huge cloud blocking the camera, shooting up 12,000 feet. Rescuers were able to evacuate 23 people, but believe close to 50 may have been on the island.
Unfortunately, I can confirm there are 5 people now deceased from the eruption on White Island. A number of people have burns as a result of the eruption. It is still too early for police to confirm how many people are involved.
The volcano, just 30 miles from New Zealand's North Island, is the country's most active. A private reserve with daily tours. 10,000 visit it every year. Tourists were told the volcano had been active in the past few weeks, but there was no sign it was ready to erupt. Kelly Kobayea, NBC News, London.
A monitoring site put the alert level at 2 out of 5 for that volcano, but said it did not pose a direct hazard to visitors. Ultimately, it was left to the tourist and tour operator to decide whether they want to take the risk. Governor Tom Wolf has set a strict deadline for the State House when it comes to raising Pennsylvania's minimum wage. They have until the end of the month to pass a bill already passed by the state Senate. We told you last month when a compromise was reached. The bill raises the minimum wage to $9.50 in 2022, but only if Wolf drops his proposal on overtime rules. Wolf says he'll move forward on the overtime bill if the House doesn't act. The Russian flag and national anthem have been banned from the Olympics and other major sporting events for 4 years. The World Anti-Doping Agency announced the ban this morning. Russia could also be stripped of hosting World Championships after the agency approved sanctions for tampering with Moscow laboratory databases. Russian athletes will be allowed to compete in major events only if they are not implicated in positive doping tests or their data was not manipulated. In the black and gold zone, the Steelers come up big in the desert, beating the Arizona Cardinals, and there's word today that Juju Smith-Schuster is ready to get back into the game. Juju has missed the last 3 games after hurting his knee. ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting the wide receiver will return for the Sunday night matchup against Buffalo. Meanwhile, wide receiver Deontay Johnson had a breakout game for the Steelers yesterday. The rookie ran back a punt return for a touchdown and scored another among several big plays that he made in the game. The defense sealed it, and the Steelers won 23-17 over the Cardinals. The win helps them in their postseason quest, holding on to the final wild card spot.
He's a rookie, you know. Days like today are days that we like. Last week we don't. We'll see what next week holds. It's important not only him, but all of those guys be ascending guys here in the month of December.
The Steelers now trail the Bills by 1 game for the #1 wild card spot. You can watch the big showdown with the Bills right here on Channel 11 Sunday night. A couple got together after taking an online dating site's compatibility test. What happened later that showed they're the perfect match?
Plus, we'll have more updates. The Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar, how much more rain will fall, and we'll also be tracking a huge drop in the temperatures.
Plus, the flu season is off to a quick start, and stopping the spread isn't as easy as just using hand sanitizer. The reason, it may not be enough.
Channel 11 News 11 and 11 means you get 11 minutes of news and weather
Before the first commercial.
It means live coverage of breaking news, local news, and your first look at weather.
All before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News 11 and 11.
WPXI Now. Who to sit and who to start. The inside information you need to dominate your fantasy football league every week.
WPXI Fantasy Football Insider, powered by FanDuel. Tuesdays at 7:30 on WPXI Now.
Watch David Johnson and Lisa Sylvester on Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
A couple found out they're the perfect kidney match, but the match was first made in an online dating site. Reporter Dennis Shanahan shows us just how compatible the couple really is.
Lisa and Dan Summers of Auburn first met through eHarmony.
They actually reached out to me and they're like, you need to go on this date. Like, and I hadn't gotten that with anybody else. And they're like, your compatibility is like extremely high.
Little did they know how deep that compatibility went. In his 30s, Dan found out from doctors he had a kidney issue due to a gout attack in his 20s.
I knew about 10 years ago that there was going to be some trouble sometime in the future, and they thought it was going to be when I was in my 50s or 60s, and it ended up hitting last year.
He went on dialysis and needed a kidney donor. Lisa was tested, and it turned out she was a match. Doctors told them the odds of that were 1 in 100,000.
It's like being next to a stranger on a train, matching them, and then also falling in love on top of it, you know. There was like this sense that it was going to work.
Certificate of merit
Lisa does, for being an awesome person.
The kidney transplant was completed successfully at UCF Medical Center August 22nd, and life is now back to normal, but with a new appreciation for every moment together and with their son Jasper.
Being able to see him in front of me just holding my son's hand, or when he lifts him, or those fun moments, it's like there's an extra appreciation to it that my son gets to have his father growing up, you know.
And they have a message for anyone who might consider giving the great gift of a kidney.
There's a shortage of donors that are out there right now, and there's a number of people that are in kidney failure, and dialysis is not a fun thing. On a live donor, they can get 10 to 20, sometimes 30 years if the match is really good.
We were pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever did was sign up for eHarmony.
There you go.
Changed my life completely.
And yours. Mine too, yeah. Cut me alive.
There are many resources online about how to become a kidney donor. You can also check with your doctor or local hospital. We have a warning from the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office. They say someone is pretending to be a lieutenant to get your money. The caller says you have an outstanding issue like jury duty or an unpaid summons. They tell you to send a money order or gift card to be able to get out of trouble. The Sheriff's Office says don't fall for it. It's a scam. If you do get a call, contact the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office. They want to keep track of who's being targeted. We are just over 2 weeks away from Christmas, and those shipping deadlines are fast approaching. Today's the deadline for FedEx's Smart Post service. The deadline for UPS Ground is this Friday, December 13th. The U.S. Postal Service recommends getting ground shipments out by this Saturday to arrive by Christmas. Gift cards remain the most popular items on wish lists, according to the National Retail Federation. The U.S. Education Department has released a new tool showing how much you could expect to earn after college, and local grads aren't faring too well. The college scorecard shows graduates from universities in our area earn less than their counterparts across the state and country. The highest earning bachelor's degrees from local colleges and universities include Pitt with a median first-year salary of $68,000, Duquesne at $69,000, Point Park with $71,000, and Carnegie Mellon with $138,000. This college scorecard also lists yearly costs, median debt, and other stats to help high school students decide which college to go to. We posted a link to that report on our website, WPXI.com.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, it's a gloomy Monday for us as we take a live look at Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. Widespread rain from Newcastle to Uniontown. We're all getting wet out there. You'll need your umbrella before you head out. Rain in Pittsburgh, Greensburg, Uniontown. Pockets of more moderate rain well up to the north now through Clarion and Clarion County. You can see how that rain has evolved, pushing through Butler and Armstrong counties. The yellow color there represents that more moderate to heavy in intensity rainfall. This rain will be steady through the day today. Temperatures, though, on the flip side, are very mild and above average. It's 52 in Greensburg right now, 49 in Pittsburgh, and 50 out in Washington. Temperatures will continue to climb as we head through the rest of the day today. We're hitting about 55 degrees late this afternoon, and into the evening hours as well. It's going to be pretty mild. However, the winds will also be kicking up. We're looking at those winds about 10 to 20 with occasional gusts to 30 miles per hour, especially by late day and evening. Our weather impacts for early this week: rain today, a few showers around at times on Tuesday, particularly in the morning. And I'm going to show you what it's looking like for the rest of us in just a second. Here's a look at some of the other impacts. Localized flooding. We're not concerned with widespread flash flooding, but there will be some areas of ponding on the area roads, and again, some localized threats. May mix with snow, that rain, as we head into Tuesday night, and that's going to be mainly for our southeastern communities. Storm Tracker is showing you that rain that's going to continue late this afternoon and for your evening commute as well. So 6 p.m. here on the dot, and you can see a little bit of yellow showing up in Washington, Greene County, as well as Westmoreland County, where we have some moderate rain that will be falling for that evening commute. And we're going to be dodging the rain through evening, 7 and 8 o'clock. If you're heading out to dinner, grab the rain gear. You'll need it. Scattered showers will be around for the overnight period as well, and there could be even a little bit of thunder out there. I'm not expecting severe weather, but a clap of thunder is very well possible as a cold front moves through, so some pockets of more moderate rain showing up overnight. When we get into your Tuesday morning, this is a look at 6 a.m. The bulk of the steady rain is well down to the south, and that'll be the case through much of the day. Watch as the clock animates. Not a whole lot going on for the rest of the area, but we can't entirely rule out a stray shower. I think the best chance for any of that rain mixing with snow will be here across Fayette County, also down around Morgantown and parts of Greene County, and some light snow accumulation, but mainly on the highest ridge tops here across the mountains. As you take a look at the rainfall forecast, pretty hefty totals. We've already seen more than 3/10 inches, and we're looking at through Tuesday upwards to about an inch or so here in Pittsburgh. And the widespread total is going to be anywhere from about 3/4 of an inch to still, I think, about 1 3/4 inches, depending on location, and especially down across our southern communities on the higher side of the rainfall. Low temperatures tonight will be down in the mid-40s, and this is about what you can expect when you head out the door early Tuesday. Take a look at the forecast for tomorrow. Mid-40s by 9 a.m., but temperatures will fall in the wake of that cold front coming in, so some much colder air. And if you're out walking the dog, you'll certainly need that coat. We'll keep it cloudy with that low-end chance of a shower here across the area. 5-day forecast, and you can see the cold air that comes in for Wednesday and Thursday, but we'll have the sunshine around. Your weekend is always in view, featuring rain and maybe even a little rain snow as we head into Sunday. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll walk you hour by hour through the wind forecast as they turn incredibly strong as we head into tonight. Gordon.
All right, thanks, Danielle. The great Pittsburgh sinkhole that swallowed a bus has already led to a Christmas tree ornament, and now it's up in lights. We're talking with the local family about their unique holiday display. And the flu season is off to a quick start, and stopping the spread isn't as easy as just using hand sanitizer. The reason it may not be enough.
Hey Pittsburgh, I found some great deals for you and you're going to love them, but don't be that person that misses out. Text WPXI to 65,000 now.
I like people to be honest, not stupid.
Nobody brings the truth to life.
Is that what you want me to believe?
Nobody can read between the lies.
I'm 5'9", and I have a body like Christy Brinkley. Do you believe that?
Like Judge Judy.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You stole a little money. You wanted a big red truck. Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck. I still love this job.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11. Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
It's been a fast start to the flu season this year. The state health department is already reporting 5 deaths so far. So how much do you really know about how the virus spreads? Dr. Frank McGeorge takes us through new studies that have turned up some surprises.
When someone has the flu, their body is turned into a virus factory, producing and spreading it in ways that can be tricky to defend against. Hand sanitizer has its uses, but when it comes to the flu, it's not perfect. In fact, one recent study found the flu virus could survive a full 2 minutes of hand rubbing with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer when it's surrounded by a protective droplet of mucus. Now, this kind of spread would be from direct contact or when fresh droplets are spread from a sneeze. Without the mucus, the flu didn't last more than 30 seconds against hand sanitizer. Also, the same study found hand washing was universally more effective than hand sanitizer. It might seem easy enough to avoid infected mucus droplets, but you have to breathe, and another recent study finds that might be all it takes. When you have the flu, you spread tiny infective particles in the air around you just by breathing and talking. No coughing or sneezing was necessary. What about touching surfaces that might have virus on them? Turns out influenza virus can live for as long as 9 hours on many hard surfaces like light switches and computer keyboards. The virus did not last very long on soft, porous surfaces like cloth, facial tissue, and wood. Now, research has found humidity is one of the most important factors on how long the virus is able to survive, and it's one of the most important things you can control to reduce the spread of the virus. In one study, at low relative humidity levels, 5 times more virus remained in the air an hour after a cough compared to a high humidity.
And in the winter, humidity naturally decreases, and that's one of the reasons the flu spreads more easily during winter. Lower humidity also makes it harder for our respiratory tract to protect us from the flu. Orange juice prices could be going up. The disease that has been spreading for more than a decade that's killing the crops.
Plus, another check of the radar and the wind. The wind will be ramping up later on today. I'll show you that wind forecast and what you can expect.
Channel 11 News and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County.
We're back with Severe Weather Team 11 coverage. Doppler 11 radar showing widespread rain, and that rain will stay steady through the afternoon. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier tracking the chance for some thunderstorms possible later on tonight.
Yeah, so we are looking at that threat for a little bit of thunder, maybe some lightning as well. But, you know, this is not going to be widespread stormy weather coming in tonight by any means, but it will be widespread rain for us, and especially this afternoon. As you take a look here at our radar, and I've expanded the view just so you can see actually how much rain is still back off to the west in Ohio and Indiana as well. So that still all has to come our way because our weather moves in from the west typically. Here, a closer look across our area. Rain still in Newcastle to Pittsburgh and Uniontown, and you'll definitely need that rain gear throughout the day. Here is a look at that wind forecast. This afternoon, those winds will begin to pick up, so we're looking at winds anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then by this evening, those gusts will be as high as about 30 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, here's 11:30 p.m. Those winds will increase even further, anywhere from about 15 to 20 miles per hour sustained overnight tonight, with occasional gusts to 35 miles per hour. So you may just want to keep an eye on your outdoor decorations, maybe move those in, at least the ones that can blow around easily, because those winds will be picking up here tonight. By tomorrow morning, those winds are still pretty strong, and we're going to continue with breezy conditions throughout the day Tuesday. With falling temperatures, you better believe there's going to be a wind chill factor. I'll show you what the wind chills are looking like coming up in my Severe Weather Team 11 forecast.
All right, thanks, Danielle. The House Judiciary Committee is holding another hearing. This is a live look from Capitol Hill. Democrats are laying out their case for impeaching President Donald Trump, and Republicans are doubling down on their defense. There have been some heated moments here today. They kicked off with an unruly protester shouting at lawmakers. Our Jacqueline Fell is in Washington, D.C. with more on the back and forth.
It's been a tension-filled hearing, with Republicans stalling the hearing with points of order, and even a protester targeting Democrats and the Judiciary Committee chairman.
Order in the committee room.
A protester was removed from the hearing room as he was shouting that Democrats were committing treason. House Democrats say President Trump abused his power by pressuring Ukraine to investigate political rivals. The chairman says lawmakers need to impeach the president now in order to protect the 2020 elections.
If the president puts himself before the country, he violates the president's most basic responsibility. He breaks his oath to the American people.
Republicans say the president did nothing wrong. They call the impeachment investigation a show, with Democrats playing politics.
All this is about a clock and a calendar, because they can't get over the fact Donald Trump is president of the United States, and they don't have a candidate that they think can beat him.
The White House refused to participate in today's hearing. This is likely the last hearing before the Judiciary Committee votes to recommend impeachment articles. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
A man pardoned by the governor arrested moments after his release. Later today, some big names will be at a hearing in Delaware County that could see him set free again. David Shepard served nearly 30 years for his role in a fatal robbery that took the life of a Philadelphia pharmacist. Recently, Governor Wolf commuted his sentence, but on Friday, Shepard was re-arrested by the district attorney on a 1992 shoplifting charge. She says the family of the victim was never told or given the opportunity to speak before the Board of Pardons. She called it a failure in our criminal justice system. Now, Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman is calling the new arrest a cheap political stunt and claims the DA is abusing her power. He plans to be at this afternoon's hearing. A man is accused of running through an apartment building naked, and now he's in trouble with the law. It happened at the McKeesport Towers on Friday. Police say there had been problems inside the building for days. Neighbors say Patrick Jeter made threats and ran down a hallway naked. Police say he also ran into a wall, causing hundreds of dollars in damage. If you think next year's Pennsylvania primary won't matter, think again. Pennsylvania Democrats expect our state to play a key role in deciding who will run against President Trump. Typically, by the time the primary rolls around in the spring, the nominee is already picked. But former Governor Ed Rendell says with so many strong candidates in the race, that won't be the case next year. If no clear leader emerges after Super Tuesday, winning Pennsylvania would be key. A local food pantry has surpassed its funding goal after losing a ton of food from a busted freezer. The Southwest Butler Food Cupboard says that their freezer stopped working and they lost all of their meat for the families in the area. The family asked for donations to cover the cost of the freezer repair and replace the lost food. We checked GoFundMe this morning, and the community raised $5,700 in just 3 days. A price squeeze. Florida's citrus industry is in trouble. The state is the leading orange producer in America, but its crop crisis means you may be paying more for your juice. NBC's Kerry Sanders explains what's ruining the crops.
Orange juice from Florida.
A day without orange juice is like a day without sunshine.
Still a popular morning routine. But the $9 billion industry synonymous with the Sunshine State is in serious jeopardy. A disease called citrus greening is ruining the fruit and killing the trees. Growers like Adam Birchinall discovering
this grove's dead. Yep, pretty much sick and dying more and more.
The grove his grandfather planted, Seabee's citrus, 319 acres near Tampa, is now mostly a ghost grove.
You know, we put so much effort, so much love and money into something, and it still just dies and withers away. It's hard to not be pessimistic.
For more than a decade, scientists trying to stop a disease that is the leading reason Florida's citrus industry saw a 70% drop in orange production over the last 15 years. The problem begins with a tiny bug called an Asian citrus psyllid.
When the psyllids feed on the citrus plants, the bacteria gets injected into the tree, and then it moves through the vascular system.
Once that bacteria reaches a tree's roots, it's game over. And growers say replanting their groves with newly developed disease-resistant trees is too costly a solution.
It's harvest season in Florida, so when you shake a tree, some of the fruit naturally just drops off. But growers say, because of the disease, the fruit that drops is as soft as fresh baked bread.
The infected trees bear fruit that in some cases has 50% less juice, causing Florida orange juice prices to jump almost 19% in just the last year. And why more and more packing houses now sit idle. Citrus greening now claiming another victim as Adam gives up on his grandfather's dream. In Florida, where citrus was once king, for some, green is now the new orange. Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Odessa, Florida.
Two little girls defy the odds after the car they were riding in crashed over a hillside. How the 4-year-olds were able to get help.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coraopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News.
Forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
4-year 4-year-old twins managed to escape a deadly crash and climb nearly 200 feet to look for help. Officials say Corey Simmons was driving with his twin daughters in the state of Washington when the car went over an embankment. The twins were able to free themselves from their car seats and climb a steep hill to find help.
Most little kids are scared of the dark, and this is well past sunset. And most little kids are also afraid of the woods, and for them to overcome those typical fears that little kids have to come to your help is absolutely heroic.
Both girls only had minor injuries. Sadly, their father did not survive. A new study claims traffic fines are creating a new class of outlaws in Pennsylvania, and a pair of local lawmakers want to change that. The study found that between 2014 and 2017, 172,000 drivers had their licenses suspended. Most had their license suspended indefinitely. State Senators Costa and Stefano say that because most people need a car to get around, these drivers end up breaking the law. So they want to let drivers who can't pay their fines perform community service instead so they don't lose their licenses. The Trib says Costa and Stefano are looking for other lawmakers to co-sponsor the bill. A toothbrush doesn't seem like it could be dangerous, but doctors say they see a lot of people with toothbrush injuries, especially kids. One family's scary trip to the ER. Next.
Mild today, but temperatures are changing tomorrow. I'm going to let you know how cold it will feel when you head out the door. Stick around. That's 4 minutes away.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Avoid scams, save money, and find great deals. Top consumer advocate Clark Howard. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI. Channel 11 Morning News for breaking news. Now, we've expanded our coverage of breaking news where you live. Our anchor connects you to new information all morning long. Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
When you think of dangerous household items, a toothbrush probably isn't at the top of your list. But doctors say injuries are not only possible, they can be serious. Teresa Snow explains.
Twice a day, every day, Reese White is at the sink. Toothbrushing is just a part of the routine, but there's one bizarre accident her family won't soon forget.
I walked in, didn't realize she was behind the door, and I guess the door hit the toothbrush.
The toothbrush jammed into the back of Reese's throat, sending the 5-year-old to the hospital.
We were pretty freaked.
pretty scared.
At University of Missouri Healthcare, a CT scan confirmed no major blood vessels were impacted. But emergency medicine physician Chris Sampson says toothbrushing injuries can be much more serious.
You have large blood vessels that go to your brain and supply other parts of your body. And so if the toothbrush should puncture through the back and injure one of those vessels, you could have very severe bleeding.
In fact, Sampson reviewed a national injury database and published research that shows that oral injuries involving a toothbrush sent an estimated 8,500 people to the emergency department between 2006 and 2016. Despite a warning label recommending adult supervision, the majority of injuries happen to kids 4 years old and younger.
It doesn't mean that you stop brushing your teeth. It's just something you have to be careful with when you are brushing your teeth, that you're not running around with it in your mouth.
Reese's injury healed on its own, and the Whites hope it will serve as a reminder to others.
Definitely when she's in the bathroom, I always knock and say, Mommy needs to come in, or get away from the door, or whatever.
Always aware, even while brushing.
Kids under the age of 3 should brush their teeth with adult supervision, and don't let kids run around with a toothbrush, and make sure they don't stand by the sink while brushing.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, back with another check of the radar. You can see all of that green that is showing up from Pittsburgh to Washington, Greensburg, and Indiana. Very soggy day for us here across western PA, and that rain, as I put it into motion, moving generally from west to east, or at least southwest to northeast, and it's going to continue to be pretty steady through the afternoon. You can always track it by downloading our Severe Weather Team 11 app, and it'll bring you any alerts right to your phone should one be issued. I'm not expecting severe weather by any means today, but you definitely could track the weather and the rain using our interactive radar. Low pressure system is off to the west, and that low will continue to lift northeast across the Great Lakes. That's what's bringing the rain to us today. Meanwhile, snow where it is cold enough across the upper Midwest. We are adding to our month-to-date rainfall total. Here in December, we've only seen a little more than 0.6 inches, and of course, on top of what we've had out there today, it'll add a little bit more. We've seen a little more than 0.3 inches so far here today in Pittsburgh. The average, you can see, is a little more than 3/4 of an inch, so we definitely are below average. And that rain does look to continue into your afternoon commute. Here's 6:30 p.m. on Storm Tracker. It's raining in Pittsburgh, Greensburg, Uniontown, Indiana. We're also going to be tracking pockets of more moderate rain, so that's going to be showing up in the areas in yellow that you're seeing come across the screen. And the winds will be ramping up as well this evening and into the overnight, so it's going to be kind of driving the rain around as well, back and forth. So pretty kind of gusty, rainy conditions, really nasty out there. Late tonight into tomorrow, we're looking at that potential for some isolated rumbles of thunder, but no severe weather is expected. By severe weather, we mean no large hail or destructive winds by any means, but it will be pretty gusty out there. Here's 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday, and you can see that rain generally down to the south. I don't want to entirely rule out a stray passing shower for us in the Pittsburgh area for the day tomorrow, but the bulk of the steadiest moisture will be down across the southern communities. And as we head into Tuesday evening, it does look like there's the potential that that rain will mix with snow around Fayette County, also maybe Greene County and points to the south, and some higher potential accumulation of snow would be across the ridge tops there, but very light accumulation at that. Here's a look at the temperature forecast for the day. We're looking at mid-40s for the morning, and I wanted to let you know that as that colder air works its way in behind the front on Tuesday, you'll want to dress in layers, because in the afternoon the temperature will actually be colder. It'll be in the mid-30s, and the wind will be blowing as well, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour with higher gusts. That means the wind chill will be down in the 40s in the morning. Look at this, 6:30 in the morning, 40s here, 30s though up to the north, and then as we advance through the rest of the time clock here to the afternoon, you can see those wind chills are down in the upper 20s. So that's what it's going to feel like come late afternoon for you tomorrow. 5-day forecast, your weekend always in view, is coming up. And you can see here as we head through the middle of the week, we'll have that sunshine returning for Wednesday and Thursday. If you have any plans outside, it'll be really cold out there. 32 on Wednesday, 33 on Thursday after a cold start at 18. We'll head into next weekend. Showers likely as we have another weather system coming in from the south. 47 with rain, 41 Sunday. Could have a little bit of rain mixed in with snow at times.
All right, thanks, Danielle. The great Pittsburgh sinkhole that swallowed a bus has already led to a Christmas tree ornament, and now it's up in lights. We're talking with the local family about their unique holiday display.
Hey, Pittsburgh. Everyone loves a great deal, right? Well, I have the best ones just for you. Don't miss out. Just text WPXI to 65,000 now.
This is Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 at 11 starts with team coverage of this breaking story.
Accurate details.
Tonight we're talking to parents who have major concerns.
Experienced coverage.
We just got this new information.
Trusted weather source.
I'm tracking a strong storm picking up speed.
All in the first 11 minutes of our newscast. Dependable coverage of breaking news.
That truck came barreling down the hill straight into the home.
Tracking storms to prepare you for tomorrow. Count on Channel 11 News 11 at 11. And Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
Move over, Rudolph. Something else will guide Santa's sleigh this year. Check out Rudolph, the Sinkhole Pat Bus. We found this very creative Christmas display on 21st Street in Aliquippa, showing the bus that got swallowed by a sinkhole in downtown Pittsburgh back in October.
A little bit more traffic. People are honking, yelling out, "Hey, love the bus." Since the general reaction's been like so positive, and it's kind of surprising.
And Michael said he made the bus with some scrap wood in his garage and carpet underlay that matched the color of the Pat bus. It took him a day to make. Nice work. A new online map will help you navigate local rivers. It's the first time the map will be updated in nearly a decade. The Allegheny Ridge Corporation was just given a $230,000 grant to update the online map of the Kiski and Conemaugh River trails. Local leaders say that it will help the growing number of paddlers on the water. Work on the new map will start next year. Keeping the number of geese in check at a local park is a year-round job. One solution is the controversial process of culling, or rounding up and killing geese, but they're using a less intrusive way out in Denver, a unique method known as the Goosinator. Here's a look at the device in action. It looks pretty funny here, but it works. It's designed to make sure geese who have grown comfortable in the parks and around people get back in the air and continue their migratory patterns.
You can see the teeth and the bright colors in the eye. It mimics a natural predator that the geese might encounter in their natural environment, such as like a wolf or a coyote.
Looks like it's fun to drive, too. Denver officials say the number of geese and the amount of waste left behind is a growing issue out there, and the Goosinator is getting the job done. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4.